What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to be presenting to you guys what I like to call the ecom paradox. Okay, it's a system that is completely untapped. This strategy, this infrastructure, this methodology of doing e-commerce took me from, as you can see right here on the left side. I used to be an army soldier, and I used to make like $2,000 a month in this picture right here. And it took me from that to generating, as you can see right here, almost $100,000 a month. We actually did do over 100,000 this month. We did about 130, but returns and stuff. I'm sorry, cancellations. Put us at 96.7. But yeah, $96,000 with 60 sales. Okay, 60 orders. Not your typical, 100K month. When you see 100K months in ecom, you're typically seeing, a lot of orders, like a couple hundred, maybe 1,000. So yeah, guys, welcome to the ecom paradox. I am very, very excited to bring this to you guys. First things first, before we start, my name is Asen. Some of you guys may know me, some of you guys may not. I'm an Army veteran. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I've generated well over $2 million online, documented, and freaking put out all over social media for the public to see. It's pretty amazing. Last year, we hit about $1 million in cumulative student revenue, so that's pretty awesome. And besides that, guys, let's really just get right into this video. So as you guys can see right here, I'm about to go into this flow chart right here, talking to you guys about the outdated methodologies that most people are using nowadays. All right, but again, went from being a lost army soldier, making less than 2K a month, to generating over 130K gross sales and 96.7 3K in 1 month while working way less than your average business owner. Okay. So the result above is the outcome of developing and implementing a framework in e-commerce that 99% of people in this space, in the e-commerce and dropshipping space, they don't even know it exists. Okay, and that's the truth. But the thing is, the craziest part about it is ginormous big box companies that people know all throughout the world use the same exact system, and it's just being completely overlooked. Okay, so let's dive right into. Let me maximize this. I want to dive right into this over here, guys. So let's dive into the old outdated e-commerce methodology that most people nowadays kind of cling to, okay, and are being fed. And it's not really providing people with the results that they want. And I'm going to explain to you exactly why, and probably why you should avoid it, right? So the outdated e-commerce methodology is your product typically comes from AliExpress, from that overseas website, overseas suppliers, okay, and with that comes really, really long ship times. Okay, customers 3, 4, 5, 8 weeks. Nobody wants to wait that long. And I'm pretty sure you don't either. So that's really already, you can see step one. That's just incorrect. Well, it looks like we messed this up. The bad guys had to fix this right here. So as you guys can see, we were talking about we were on this point. Now let's go on to the next one. So cheap products are typically extremely cheap on AliExpress, and the only way you can actually make room for profit is if you mark them up extremely. And nowadays we're in 2024, so people can tell when you're trying to sell them some BS. Okay, so yeah, no real room for profit there. Okay, and then another pretty inevitable part of selling products like this is that they're really trendy and they all inevitably die out. Okay, and riding trends is not really something that I want to do in business. It's not really sustainable. It's not long term. I want to be in business for years, not for a couple weeks, not for a couple months. So yeah, avoid it. And then lack of marketing assets. So a lot of these products aren't really going to come with I would say much of a foundation. Okay, as in high quality lifestyle imagery, videos. There's going to be a huge lack of that when you decide to use AliExpress products and products from AliExpress suppliers. So now let's go to the supplier section. As you can see overseas, there's like no actual relationship establishment, okay, because they're overseas. Okay, they really don't care about establishing that relationship. They really just want you to buy the product at that drop shipping price. Really just want to make money. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hard to reach. The communication is really, really bad. If you haven't experienced this yet, you will if you decide to do this. They have really, really poor communication. The majority of these suppliers on AliExpress, and you really, really, really need that communicational barrier is not something that you can actually what is it called, scale a business with. As we go further deep into the actual methodologies that actually work nowadays, I'm going to point to you guys the real key differences in communication. Having a lack of communication is just kind of a non-negotiable. So now lack of transparency. I mean, it's kind of says it right there. I don't really have to explain it too much. They really just care about your money. They just care about you drop shipping their product. All right. And then no quality control. This is the big one. They're going to send your product to your customers regardless of defects. You'll notice that they have a really large lack of quality control as well, especially if you try and scale with some of these suppliers. A thing that they'll do is they'll actually send out really good quality products in the beginning, and then as you scale up, 1K, 5K, 10K days, whatever it may be, with that low ticket store, that quality will just continue to diminish and diminish and diminish. And then customers start complaining, start returning products, start charging back, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So now let's go over here to the online store. Typically, most stores that sell these cheap products from AliExpress, they're not really built well. Okay, it kind of looks like a 12-year-old built them, 14-year-old built them, and it's really, I would say, not a fault of their own because complete beginners can't really blame them. It's really the fault of the people who are teaching how to build these type of stores. Because I mean, again, these stores don't really invoke trust. They look like anyone, like again, like a 12-year-old built them. And if you don't understand how to actually design a store properly, then no one's going to actually trust you, and no one's going to spend money on that in your business. Okay. Zero business transparency. That's another part of this low level of trust, where I mean, you have online stores nowadays that have no business information, no contact information. There's no transparency. Okay, and if you guys know all the huge retailers nowadays, all the really big e-commerce businesses that we know, like the MVMXT watches, Skims, all these big influencers, they have a lot of business transparency. Okay, like a lot of business transparency. So there's that. All right, and then third one right here, we got no social proof slash customer backing. I mean, it kind of states what it says for itself. There's no real social proof on any of these stores that you build, especially if you're just trying to churn cheap products. You're not really ever going to really get really good reviews because your store, again, has a low level of trust. There's no business transparency. With these two comes no social proof slash customer backing. Of course, you can manufacture social proof, but again, we're in 2024. People can understand when that's fake. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a complete beginner in this game, it's not even worth your time. So now, easily replicatable. It's a huge one. Okay. You are diving into a market, all right, where everyone can do exactly what you're doing. They can build the same stores, they can sell the same products, um, run the same ads. It's really easily replicatable, and you have nothing that actually secludes you or separates you from your competition, which is a bunch of other 18, 20, 30, whatever age they may be, people trying to sell these cheap products. So yeah, now over here, lastly on this part of this mind map is the advertising strategy. So most people are just utilizing social media platforms to advertise these really bad products too, and they're advertising them to people who are just scrolling on social media. So not people who are like in a shopping mindset, not people who are deliberately trying to spend money online, but people who are just scrolling on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat. So again, trying to sell to people who aren't trying to buy something, it's not the most efficient way to get an output from your input. So now, spend a large amount of testing before you make any return on ad spend. That's a really big one. Of course, I personally experienced this myself. You are going to test a lot of products as a complete beginner before you actually make sales. And with testing a lot of products comes a lot of ad spend that you have to spend. You have to put up front. Okay. Again, if you're a complete beginner, man, I mean, the real data states like you're probably not going to find a winner until like you test like 30 to 50 products. And you don't have to take it from me. You can take it from, I mean, all the other people who were teaching this and doing it predominantly and being successful back in like 2019, 2018, 2020. You will spend a lot of money. You will spend a lot of money on ads as a complete beginner before you make any sales. That's just the truth. So it's not really, again, not really that optimal place to put your inputs. Sorry, guys, it's kind of bothering me. So now cold targeting. Okay, you're targeting random people. All right, you're not really dialing in on a target market that wants what you have to sell. So when you do run these type of ads, you're kind of just like hoping for the best, kind of just hoping that these people will like your ad and hoping that they'll like the product and hoping that they'll trust your store and hoping that they won't instantaneously see that you're just another dropshipper. that's trying to sell them some cheap BS they can just go buy themselves on AliExpress. You know what I'm saying? So just a lot of hope with this cold targeting, which is, again, I'm good on that, right? You should be too. So now, truth, not realistic, honestly, to become profitable with today's level of media buying competition. So if, again, you're watching this, there have been people who, now there are people who do sell cheap products on AliExpress and they make money doing it. They've been doing it for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. All right, so the level of competition today with, again, media buying that's running ads, um, there are people with big bags who have that actual money to lose, who've been media buying for quite a while, that can make money in that space right here that we're talking about. But you as a complete beginner, you're not even going to come close to the competition. You likely will spend thousands and thousands, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on just ads before you come even close to getting anywhere near the competition. So again, it's not really realistic to become profitable or to be successful at all as a complete beginner. And again, this kind of just want to avoid it, right? You should definitely look to avoid it. 1% chance of success, and I'm not just talking out of my mouth. This is true. This is data backed, and this is exactly why most beginners fail in e-commerce. And I'm not saying it because I'm not telling you guys this because I didn't sell any product, any low ticket products. I mean, I did. As you can see, that was actually my first. Well, this is one of my first sales. $30. It's like for like some baby clothing set. I think it was. Obviously, it wasn't profitable. I actually spent like $70 to capture this order, so it was pretty unprofitable. Um, but moral of the story is it's this is the main reason why beginners are failing in e-commerce right now is because they're going with this methodology that really was banging back in like 2016, 2017, back when it was easy. Okay, and now there's like actual skill involved in this market, and it's skill that requires years and years and years and years and years of actual experience to even make any money. So again, this is really outdated. This is something you want to completely avoid if you're a complete beginner in e-commerce and you actually want to make money. Just get past this, okay? All right, so now let's go talk about what you actually should be doing if you're a beginner who actually wants to make money online in e-commerce and you want to do it relatively quickly, right? Without having to, freaking pull your hair out. Okay, so let's talk about the ecom paradox and what I like to call is the ability of being able to supply the demand of the rich and wealthy online. Okay, so very important that you understand this statement. This is actually exactly what we're doing, and it's pretty insane. Okay, so let's get right into the ecom paradox. Let's do it. So as you can see right here, the type of products that you want to be selling, again, it should be sourced from U.S. based brand name suppliers. Okay, so brand name is really what I want you to pay attention to. These suppliers are their own brand. They've been around 5, 10, 15, 20, sometimes even 50 years. Okay, so don't forget that they are their own brand, right? Next, a very expensive price point. Okay, I mean, the traditional sense, it's honestly really expensive. You want to be selling products that are worth $1,000 and above. Okay, main reason: high value of product, high profit margin, just gives you a much bigger chance of becoming profitable right off the very beginning. Okay, instead of having to freaking test 50 products, right? So now scroll down and you see evergreen right here, right? What evergreen means, guys, is you want to be in business for years, right? You don't want to be riding trends. You don't want to be selling again things that won't really last past a month. Okay, I want to be in business for years, year after year after year, not for just a couple weeks. Okay, so you want to sell products that sell all year round. Good examples of this is like saunas, trampolines, pool tables, poker tables, electric bikes, wine coolers, gas grills, guys. Evergreen products. You want to get into markets where no matter what week it is, month it is, your product will continue to sell somewhere in the U.S. Okay, so again, you want to get into evergreen markets, and that's what this is going to allow you to do. Okay, now lastly about the product, you want to sell products that are in heavy demand already. Okay, you don't want to have to like bring a product to life by yourself. You want to enter a market that already has an extreme amount of demand, and you just want to come in and bring your value. Okay, have your business come in and bring that value so that you get customers to shop on your business. So very important that you hit these 4 points right here, and I'm going to get you there. All right. So now suppliers. All right. US based. All right, guys. US based. You want to be working with US based suppliers. Just kind of speaks for itself. They're here. They're local. Um, and then on top of that, of course, they have really, really consistent communication. Okay. If you don't have consistent, swift, and reliable communication with your suppliers, there's almost no way you can scale. It's not really possible. Okay. So, US based suppliers that are easy to reach and consistent and swift with their communication. All right. Which is 97% of high ticket suppliers. All right. Now, we have complete business transparency and expectations. Okay. These suppliers are very, very transparent in their business, their operations, where their warehouses are, how they do business with us as their sellers, as their dealers. All right, guys. So again, complete business transparency and expectations are going to be laid out on this side of doing business, and it's going to really help you really just professionalize your business and understand where you're going, and not actually again be lost in this process. Okay. Now, big, big, big thing. All right. Quality. The quality of the supplier's products, they don't really care about anything else besides that. Because again, these suppliers are their own brand. They are their own brand that is already in heavy demand online. And they didn't get here because their products are shit. They didn't get here because they have low quality products that no one likes. They got here because their products are amazing and people love them. Okay, so it's at the highest of importance, and having your supplier who has the quality of their product at the highest of importance will allow you to not have to think of, oh, is this product shit? Our customer is going to return it because the quality is bad. It's not even a thought because we know we're selling extremely expensive brand name, very, very high quality products. Okay, so boom, 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 beautiful. All right, now let's go right over here to the online store and let's talk about the online store side of the ecom paradox. Okay, now the online stores that we sell these high ticket products on are very, very extremely trustworthy. Reason being is because our stores actually present themselves as if they are ginormous companies, as if there's an entire 50 to 100 man operation behind them, freaking warehouses all over the US, right? So again, they already have a high level of trust upon landing. Okay, guys? And I'm going to really be able to tie this together for you guys as well when I go back to this Google Doc in a couple minutes. Okay, guys? But listen, transparent in all business ops and communications kind of speaks for itself, guys. When you have an online store, you want to make it so you are transparent in all your business operations, especially the methods that customers can communicate with you. That's not really a negotiable. And if you don't understand this, then you actually you won't be successful. It's not really possible. Okay, you guys, again, we're running real businesses here, serving real customers, and the only way we're going to get to making 10, 20, 50, 100K a month and hitting these goals is if we operate as a real business that actually cares. So yeah, guys, this isn't a get rich quick scheme. This is a get rich, maybe not a scheme, but you will get rich if you do it right. Right. So now, advanced customer experience systems. Okay. Now, kind of again, sort of maybe speaks for itself, but customer experience has to be really high when you're selling expensive products that are worth thousands of dollars. Again, pool tables, poker tables, trampolines, gas grills. They're expecting a large level of a customer experience. And of course, you're going to provide that, right? And this is what having a system over here, like the ecom paradox, is going to do for you, as opposed to going with the outdated e-commerce methodology, where there's really no way that you'll give them a good customer experience. Okay. Now, quick examples of this is proper I would say email marketing, that's a really big one. Text message marketing, that's a really huge one. Just professionalism around the board in your invoicing, in your customer service communication, live chat, phone calls. All right, these are again advanced customer experience systems that you're going to be implementing with this system. All right, with the ecom paradox. So the most another beautiful part of this is that what we are talking about, what I'm showing you guys today, um, yeah, it cannot be replicated by majority of people on this earth. Okay, because what we're talking about is real skill. Okay, none of this is getting lucky. None of the results that we've generated from this is random. Okay, it's all skill based and knowledge based. You have to really understand the entire system. The system that I'm presenting to you guys today, that I'm going to tie up, and this is another pro. When you decide to opt into this e-commerce methodology, this system, you actually won't be able to be replicated by everyone else in the world. So another extremely large pro. So, yeah, guys. Now, we're almost done on this side. Don't worry about it, guys. Stick with me. Now, the advertising strategy. Okay. We are only advertising to customers who are actually in the market. Okay. We get to target customers who are in the market for these expensive brand name products. All right, guys. We're not advertising to random people on Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram. We are going directly to people who are literally searching for them every day on Google. Okay, the platform we all know and use basically every single day. That's what allows us to hyper target these customers who actually want to buy what we have to sell. All right. Now, little to no complexity in the advertising process. Google has made it really, really easy for a complete beginner to come in and run actual highly profitable ad campaigns. And that's honestly really that. That's really can't really go too deep into that. Besides, there's not really too much complexity as opposed to Facebook ads. There's really got to kind of like understand the algorithm. You have to understand certain I don't even know, it's bidding, right? There's just a lot of intricacies that come to actually running Facebook ads correctly that you can only really gain with massive experience. And now I'm not saying that you can just come in and run Google ads and be a millionaire. Okay, I'm just saying it's a lot less complex to actually come in and be profitable and make money as a complete beginner when you're running these Google ads. All right, now, man, it speaks for itself. Highly scalable. Okay, guys. Again, we're selling products that are worth thousands of dollars. So getting to 20K, 50K a month, 100K a month, 200K a month it's actually really feasible and actually really realistic because when we make a sale, it's thousand, 2,000, 3,000, $5,000, and I mean let's just say $2,000 average order value, right? It's 100 sales. That's just 100 orders a month, and you're at 200K a month. Again, so it's really realistic to actually do pretty big numbers and scale over here with this methodology. Okay. Now, lastly, untapped and unknown to the industry. Okay. Very untapped and unknown. This way of advertising, this way of selling products online. Uh, Again, 99% of people who do e-commerce and dropshipping, they don't even know this exists. All right. So this is what I like to call, this is in my opinion, from all my experience, this is what I truly feel like is the foundation to success, especially if you are a complete beginner who hasn't made a dollar online. Okay. It's honestly not even, nothing even comes close. All right. Now, you guys see me Googling another word for high level, minute. I'm looking up my new word. So now, all right. So now let's come back over here real quick, and I want to talk to you guys about the $1 billion big box companies that are actually using this exact methodology that I just explained to you guys, the ecom paradox. All right, supplying the demand of the rich and wealthy online. Um, Again, giants like Wayfair, and Best Buy, they use this exact framework, and they generate tens of billions of dollars a year. Right? Tens of billions of dollars a year. I mean, you guys probably know who they are, these two companies. Best Buy's revenue last year, we're talking about $43.5 billion. Be crazy. Wayfair had $12 billion last year. So well, Best Buy's being on Wayfair. But again, we're talking about making we're talking about entering a space, entering a market where we get to take the pie of a pie that's, I mean, this big, probably hundreds of billions. But again, these two big box companies right here, they're using the same exact strategy. Okay, the same exact strategy. All right. Now, what the main difference is that between I would say supplying the demand of the rich and wealthy online, utilizing the ecom paradox strategy is really just leverage. Okay, it's leverage. Um, they understand proper leverage and they created the infrastructure that allowed them to grow multi-billion-dollar companies. Okay, now they really leverage relationships. Okay, relationships with other businesses. All right. They utilize proper systems and infrastructure that allowed them to actually scale very heavily while still keeping that customer experience at a high. Okay. And I mean right here, the buyer experience, very important because again, you don't make any money as an online business, as an e-commerce business, if you're not really providing a high level of buyer experience. So with this methodology, with this system, um, this is what allows you to keep these three at an all-time high and actually leverage your way into making tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars online with this exact system. Okay. Now, the methodology, guys. Okay. All right. 17% compound annual growth rate, 2020 to 2023 of the luxury goods market in e-commerce. Okay. We're actually 9% ahead per year of the regular e-commerce market in regards to growth, how much this is actually going to continue to grow. So that's pretty insane. We're at 17% a year. Okay. And now we're talking about doing business in a blue ocean. Okay, guys, we're talking about doing business in a blue ocean. All right. So blue ocean, to put it simply, it's just untapped. All right. There's not really a lot of people doing this. There's a ton of room for growth. There's not too much competition. It's extremely low risk, extremely high reward environment. And again, this is what you want to be. This is the type of space and the type of markets that you want to be diving into if you want to make money online for the long term. If you truly want to, like replace that job, none of us like or have ever liked. It's being in a blue ocean market. Okay. Now, longevity. Okay. Supplying the demand of rich and wealthy online will be forever lasting business opportunity. Why? Why, Asen? Well, because me and the rich and wealthy are literally never going to stop spending money online. Literally never. In fact, they are only doing it more and more. And from my POV, I don't really think there's ever going to be a stop to rich people. You know what I'm saying? So there's always going to be rich and wealthy people. And they're always going to continue to spend money online, especially as we shift more and more into the digital age. So the longevity is really here. I would say probably for our entire lifetimes, especially everyone who's watching this video, the longevity is here, without a doubt. Okay. So, um, year-over-year growth shows more and more of the top 10% earners in the world are spending their money online. I mean, there you are again. The year-over-year growth of the luxury commerce market of top 10% earners in the world, they're just spending more online. So, coming again into this market where we get to sell directly to them just makes the most sense, right? A brand name expensive products is a market, ecom market that will never cease to exist. And again, I gotta mention it. Few have the skill, and even fewer knows it exists. All right. Now, fortress level of risk, meaning there's not too much risk involved. There's actually very low risk. Okay. Because right here, guys, the old way of spending tens of thousands of dollars in upfront inventory slash warehousing to start and scale a business is very outdated and completely unnecessary. Anyone telling you to do that, I just want you to disregard them for your own financial safety, because you don't have to spend $10,000 on inventory, guys. You don't have to buy a warehouse or lease a warehouse or, I mean, do any of that anymore to become a millionaire in this day and age. And that's the truth. All right. Starting a high ticket e-commerce business presents the lowest level of risk in any business that you can start in 2024. Okay. Talking about low hundreds. When I say low hundreds, I literally mean like a couple $100. Literally. That's literally all it takes to start this business. Okay. And this is what allows anyone in any position to be able to get started. All right. And then lastly, on this part, the upside potential is pretty insane. All right. So an opportunity of the ages where you get to replace your income with just a few sales per month, and I'm gonna show you guys, can be scaled into the millions with less time and experience it would take your average individual to land a six-figure job. So we all know nowadays it takes years, years. There's probably even more now. I mean, I'm out of the loop on that whole job stuff. But it takes a long time to land a six-figure job. Okay. Getting to six figures in this market and selling expensive brand name products online, it's not going to take you years. Okay, I'm gonna just put it at that, guys. It will not take you nearly as much time to hit six figures over here than it will trying to get a six-figure job. Okay, and again, the six-figure job, you have to give up all your time, Monday to Friday, probably Monday to Saturday. Probably gonna pull your hair out too with that job because they expect so much of you. When doing something like this, you can do it right here, sitting down, sitting down from the comfort of your home. All right. So launching a high-ticket e-commerce business is like owning real estate, except digitally. Okay. The greatest part about digital real estate is that once you learn how to build it once, you can build it over and over again. All right. Now, real quick, I want to go over some results, some case studies. Okay, guys. And it's really important that I show you guys this because it's cool to talk about my results. Going from Army soldier to 100K a month, pretty dope. Um, but it's really, it's much cooler showing you guys the results of others who've actually implemented this system, all right, of supplying the demand of the rich and wealthy online, what I like to call the ecom paradox. Okay, so listen, Kenny went from a 19-year-old beginner with no prior experience, all right, we're talking about zero experience, to implementing this strategy, and he did over 500,000 in sales, and he sold his business. Okay, remember I mentioned to you guys digital real estate up here. He sold his business for over six figures, and he did this all in his first 13 months. So 500,000 in sales, and he sold that business for six figures, and he did this in a 13-month time period with no prior experience. Okay, so you guys see what the digital real estate, what I'm talking about when I say that, right? Now, college dropout. He didn't do a lot of years in college. He did a little bit of time, and he instantaneously said, like, he kind of noticed. He's like, yeah, this isn't for me. He didn't. He didn't really like the fact that society wanted him to work his entire life. He wanted time and location freedom for himself and his family, and he really understood that online skills is the best way to gain that freedom. Okay, especially now that we're in the digital age, right? One major trait I want to say that really took Kenny to these results really fast is that he is very, 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 very coachable, and the dude took action extremely quickly on every single thing that was given to him, every single piece of knowledge, all the guidance that was given to him. Man, he took action on it without a question, right? So 500,000, as you can see, he's doing 10K days. He's texting me. He's like, I just did 10K day. Freaking one sale right here, two, three, four. What is that? Four sales for $10.4 thousand. 5-figure days, which is a couple of sales. 77K months. So you can see right here, did $77,000 in a month. Pretty immense. So less than 1 year into his high-tech e-commerce business, he began to break past $77,000 months. All right, guys. Now, real quick, I actually want to show you guys what the leverage points of doing this form of e-commerce is, and how you'll be able to hit like 77K months like Kenny, $500,000 your first year, sell that business. Okay. Now, okay, points of leverage. What really allows us to get results like this and do these kind of results as complete beginners without any prior experience, right? All right, so now we're going to go into the points of leverage that getting into this blue ocean business is going to actually give you as a beginning. Okay. Basically, how it's going to be able to separate yourself from 99% of other people trying to make money online, um, and really how you're going to be able to frame yourself in the same market that big box retailers who are making billions of dollars are in. Okay, so let's do it. So $1 million brand name partners, as you can see, with $1 million brand name partners, they have high level of communication. Okay, when you work with partners, suppliers that have high levels of communication, fulfilling orders becomes a lot easier, a lot quicker. Okay, problem solving becomes a lot easier, a lot quicker. And it's just a really, really massive point of leverage that you realize after you do if you do business with bad suppliers. Okay, the good ones are just quick with everything, and they allow you to actually run a proper business, flow everything uh, over a very long period of time. As opposed to maybe having a supplier act as if they're good on the front end, and then you put in 100 orders, 500 orders with them, and then everything starts crumbling. Now, next, a brand with history that has a name and a reputation to uphold. So these suppliers, these partners, they are their own brand again, and they have tons of history, typically years, 5, 10, 20, sometimes even 50 years. And they have a name to uphold. And when we say that, a reputation and a name to uphold, they're not going to jeopardize their entire business just to make some money off of you as a dealer. So it's another ginormous point of leverage that comes with working with these big brand name suppliers. And then again, right here, 5 to 50 years of product refinements and market research. So these suppliers have been in the market for quite a while, and they've been refining their product during that entire process as well. It isn't like they just manufacture this product and just hit maybe a couple weeks ago. Um, they've literally been refining and improving the products that they manufacture for years and years and years. So that's where we come out with the extremely high quality products that are kind of unmatched. All right. So again, years of product refinements and market research. They really know what they're doing. They really know what the customers who buy their products exactly what they want. Okay. Dealer data portal. This is a big one. They come with their own portal for their e-commerce sellers, for their own dealers. We can go on ahead and access all the data that we need in regards to our, let's say, our cost, in regards to any promotions that they're having, pricing of the products, any updates, having a portal with your suppliers, a central housing point that houses again all of the data that you need as an e-commerce seller for specific suppliers is something that's going to save you so much time as opposed to you having to go research on Google or go find some stuff on competitors' websites. Okay, it just makes your speed to scale so much quicker. Okay, having this right here. The cost of acquisition, okay, that's really big. A lot of people think that getting $1 million brand name partner, you actually have to pay to get into these to become a dealer. No, you don't. It's actually free. All right. To become one of the dealers for one of these brand name companies, You really just have to have the skill. You have to meet the eligibility requirements, which of course we've got down and we've had it down for many, many years. So extreme leverage point right here. Low cost. Automated order flow. A lot of people probably are like, yo, man, what? Selling a sauna? That must be crazy, man. How does that ship? How does that get fulfilled? It's very, very simple, actually. It's as simple as you probably think it is. We get an order on our business. We send up that invoice to the supplier, and they then ship that out. We're basically like an aggregator. We're just remitting information, honestly. And that allows us to automate this order flow. Because really, again, all we're doing is remitting information. We get an order on our store, we pass that order on to the supplier. They'll tell if it's in stock. If it's in stock, it'll ship. We'll get a tracking number. If it's not in stock, we'll get an estimated time for the product to get in stock, and then we remit that time frame to the customer. Again, very, very simple process. And then the last one is really, I mean, it kind of encapsulates all these over here. They are literally incentivized to help you win, okay? Because they make more money as you make money. As you sell products for them and pay your dealer cost, they make money. So they are incentivized in every single way possible to actually help you win as one of their e-commerce sellers, right? So big, huge. High ticket products, as we probably spoke about before, high price point, high margin per sale. Don't really have to divulge too deep into that. I mean, when you're selling cheap products and you have no room for scalability, you have no room for profit, it's not really possible to run a long-term business. So when you sell higher priced products and you're making a couple $100 in profit per sale, maybe even $1,000, $2,000 in profit when you're selling those really, really high ticket products, again, it gives you that real room, that comfortability, not only to scale in business, but just comfortability in life, right? And now, high-end customer. We don't deal with customers who are just buying these products on a whim, you know? These customers do a massive amount of research before they buy this $4,000 wine cooler. Okay, they make sure it's the right size that they want. They make sure it has the exact amount of bottles that they want it to hold. They make sure it's from the exact brand name that they want. They make sure maybe the color scheme, lighting on the wine cooler. Again, everything is really it's heavily researched, and that makes the customers uh, really solid in their purchase. Okay, it makes them again high-end customers. We're not really getting people just buying products on a whim, and that's what allows us to not really get much, if any at all, returns and much, if any at all, chargebacks. Okay, high-end customers. We're dealing with high-end customers. Amazing, amazing leverage point. Low volume needed for scale. Okay, you guys know we're selling products worth thousands of dollars each. I mean, you sell a $1,000 product 100 times, it's 100 grand right there. And 100 sales is very, very realistic, right? And then let's say we just times that 1,000 sales, make 1,000 sales in a year. We do the math on that divided by 12, talking like what, like 90 sales a month or something like that. 90 sales a month is actually really realistic, and that'll get you to 1 million a year. So it's not really much volume needed for scale, as opposed to, the other side where you got to sell thousands and thousands and thousands of product to actually make any real money, right? Now, again, I kind of just mentioned this point over here, high-end customer. Buyers do heavy research prior to their purchase decision. Okay, again, a massive leverage point because we're not dealing with random people on social media. We're dealing with people who are very serious about their purchase. And that allows us to be in a point of where we're not putting our business uh, in front of the wrong people. We get to only serve customers who know exactly what they want. And that allows us to keep our hair on our heads, not print it out. So massive, massive leverage points on both the partners we work with and the type of products we sell. And now Best Buy slash Wayfair level of store design. Listen, guys, huge. It's huge when you get to really uh, build a store that looks like there's a large and established company behind it. 10, 20, 50, 100 employees, warehouses all over the US. That's how it looks like to these customers when on this store. Okay, so again, having a store that is designed in this manner, it just completely puts you on a whole nother playing field, right? A high level of trust from the customers. So again, I mean, if you land on Best Buy and Wayfair, okay, if you land on any of our high ticket stores, I'm going to have a link in the description as well for one of our testimonial videos for Kenny who went to 500,000. We actually exposed his store right at about 32 minutes into that video, we expose that exact store. So if you want to go see exactly what the store looks like, I'll put that link below and you'll be able to go see that testimonial video and see the store that he sold for 6 figures. And then you'll see why there's an extremely high level of trust from our customers. Because again, we're replicating these multi-billion-dollar companies right here. And it allows us to frame ourselves as, nowhere near what these regular drop shippers are looking like, what these regular stores are looking like. Okay, it's high level of trust from the very beginning. Okay, so now let's go to business distinctiveness reduces buying friction. All right, what we mean by this, guys, is again we're encapsulating everything that, let's say, these businesses are, right? They're extremely professional. They sell expensive, luxurious products. They have social proof. They are formatted very professionally. Okay, the customer experience is really, really, it's there. Okay, we are extremely separated from 99% of the competition who is trying to make money with e-commerce. All right, and what this entire framework does is it allows customers to trust us very easily to swipe their card for thousands of dollars. So just the entire framework as a whole reduces the buying friction of someone spending thousands on your store by a lot. Because again, I know a lot of people watching this video like, dude, who really even spends thousands of dollars? Who's going to trust my store? Well, they're not going to trust your store, Mr. Antonio. They're going to trust the fact that your business looks like it's been around for quite a while and there's a ginormous company behind it. So that's what it is. Uh, right here, professionalizes. Let's move on to the next one. Professionalizes business experience. Oh wow, we're spelling experience wrong. That's crazy. Professionalizes the buying experience from the on-page land. So as soon as they land on the page to the purchase. So again, none of what we do, it doesn't really. We're not framing ourselves as like the business, the stores. These stores look exactly what we've just mentioned prior. They look very, 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 very professional. There's no red flags that could possibly go off on the type of stores we build because they are framed in a sense where it is a completely professional company that's been around for a while, that has real operations running and has been having operations running for quite a while. So having a professional customer experience, being able to have your store, I would say, in the frame of we've been doing this, we've been around for quite a while. Uh, we work with multi-million-dollar brand name partners. We are very transparent in our business. Here's our business contact information. Here's where our business is located. Here's our live chat. Here's our reviews. Here's the high level branding that we've implemented on our site to speak to you as a customer, not as just someone who's trying to sell you something. Again, it's what makes customers just swipe their cards for thousands of dollars. It's really that. Okay, the professionalism is really, really important, and not only on the front end, but the back end too. Having proper email marketing sequences going, text message marketing sequences going, proper customer service being done. All these things is what makes customers again treat us like Best Buy and Wayfair, and just swipe that card. Right now, instantaneous transparency and business clarity established. Kind of just mentioned a part of that in here, where again, business contact information on both the phone and the email is transparent, where the business is located, about the business, like you could say a story about the business, private policies, all the legal pages are all very clear and well written for the customer to read. I would say the entire operation, from shipping, from the order flow process, everything is very transparent on the businesses that we have and we've launched for ourselves and for our members. That again, it provides instantaneous trust. Okay, so very, very important. Another massive leverage point that designing a store like Best Buy and Wayfair does for us over here as high ticket e-commerce product sellers. Now, huge, 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 huge. This is one of the biggest, if not, it's kind of on the same playing field. They're both huge though, right? Hyper targeted advertising platform. We are not advertising to random people on social media. We are advertising to people who are searching for these products every single day. Okay, so what this allows us to do is make sure all the traffic that comes on our store, they have initial buying intent. Okay, they're not just someone who's scrolling on Facebook. They're actually someone who typed in product that's directly on our store, and they pressed our ad with that product because it's what they want or they're in the market for. Okay. And what that allows us to do is, again, our traffic has buying intent. Every single customer that lands on our store has initial buying intent. We are not advertising to cold audiences, to people who don't want to buy something. We're advertising to people who are literally in the market. Okay. PPC, another big one. Facebook, Instagram, all these other platforms, they're going to charge you for pay per impression, aka as soon as when your ad is shown to someone, if they just look at it with their eyes on the screen, as opposed to Google, we only pay per click. So someone has to search up the product, have that initial buying intent, and then click on your ad specifically, your Google Shopping campaign, your Google Search campaign, your ad specifically because it interests them and they probably are looking to buy it. So we only pay until someone clicks on our ad. Again, huge leverage point because we're not just blowing money on people just getting shown the ad and just scrolling past it. Most people are. Low CPA, low cost per acquisition, low cost per sale, basically. And where does this come from? It comes from this and this. Okay, our traffic has initial buying intent. We only get charged when someone actually clicks on the ad, and this is what leads to, um, again, extremely low cost to sell something that's $5,000 and $10,000. You know what I'm saying? Guys, what I'm telling you, when I say low cost per acquisition, I mean, let me pull this up real quick. Like, I mean low cost per acquisition. All right, $17 on ads on Google spent for 2 orders, $7,000. All right, $66 on ads spent on Google to capture two sales that amounted to over $10,000. Okay, we're talking about spending less than a night out at dinner for 5 figures in a day. This is in a single day, by the way. We're talking about a week, a month. This is the same day. All right, $175, $175 spent, guys, to generate 5 sales of almost $15,000. Okay, so when I say low cost per acquisition for these sales, I mean really low. All right, so pretty insane, pretty insane, right? So again, huge. Last leverage point right here. You skip past the cold testing. Okay, most people when they're selling products online, there's a whole testing process that requires literally blowing your money on random people. Okay, to then gather a bunch of data and then hopefully get to the right people sooner or later after you put enough money in unprofitably. Okay, we get to skip past testing random people. We get to go directly into people who are in the market, who have initial buying intent, who have to literally click on our ad before we even get charged because they have interest, and we get these sales at an extremely low cost. Okay, and then again, huge, bro. Skipping past the cold testing period and just not even having to do it at all is again what's going to allow beginners like you to go from 0 to 10K a month with a couple orders, 10K a day with 2 sales. You guys get what I'm saying? So I mean, all this really does is this is in my opinion, it's the 4 pillars of making money online right here, especially in 2024. And really, again, guys, like all we're doing, what are we doing over here, guys? All we're doing this. Oh, let me zoom out. We're supplying the demand of the rich and wealthy online. That's what we're doing. Okay. So now I want to open. Let me just open this up real quick for you guys again. Pop this up. Let's move this back. Let's get it. So now that we're back here, keep this. I really want you guys to understand what we're really doing here. It's very important. Um, Talked about Kenny, 10K days. Showed you guys 10K with $60 in ad spend, 77K months. Cool. Patrick, all right, guys, is another amazing individual who came into high ticket elites, came over here and implemented the high ticket e-commerce strategy, what we like to call the ecom paradox. Boom, here's him tagging me. Just sold his first $1,000 item, 1.8K. Um, Patrick, big on tech, doesn't really want one source of income because he knows it doesn't really make much sense in the way society is kind of doing today. Um, so he came to us because he understood that what we are doing, after watching a lot of my content, seeing some of my results, what we're doing is a blue ocean. We spoke about that prior, but it has a lot of upside. So he understood that no matter what really it took to get here, he wanted to get here because I mean, what we're doing over here is completely untapped and really just not being talked about. And I really want you guys to keep that in mind too. Everything you just learned there's not many humans on this earth who even have this skill. Neither do they know it. Neither is there even people who know it exists. So again, Patrick, here's Patrick right here. 4,000. Oh sheesh, $4,600 sale right here, and then another 4,000, basically $700 sale right here. So I mean, just showed you 10K with just 3 orders from just Patrick. Uh, Selling expensive, luxurious products online. And I think, of course, the results they really do speak for themselves. Okay. Again, he's a complete beginner. He's never made a cent online prior to this. Fast action taker. He works in tech and he's slowly but surely gaining his freedom right now. So pretty awesome. Now to continue to scroll down, Chris, he actually started making these high ticket sales 4 days after he launched his business. So again, we're not talking about weeks, months, years before you see results. We're talking about 92 hours. If that's the math. 48. I hope that's the math, guys. 96 hours. So 4 days, 96 hours. Chris made 2 sales actually, 2.5K. He already began to have high paying customers and convert and started seeing returns. And then this is another cool one right here. He's actually at a soccer game and he got a $1,400 sale. You know what I'm saying? Sipping at a baseball game. Less effort, unmatched results. That's what we're all about, right? And now again, right here, bow, bow, bow. Woke up to this morning before I even woke up. This is prior to 8 a.m. Boom, $2,200 sale. So as you can see, really, I mean, the results here are pretty immense, guys. Um, and what I really want to show you too is not only are we getting these type of results as complete beginners, but let me just show you where it puts you at. Because I know we spoke about Kenny. Oh my bad, guys. We spoke about Kenny and how he went from 0 to 500,000 and he sold his business. This puts you in that area of not only just making money online, but you get to sell a business. Because most people don't actually know nowadays the real wealth play is building a business that does really well and then selling it for hundreds of thousands of dollars to potentially millions of dollars in a single check, right? So this puts you in the interest of venture capitalists, people who want to buy businesses, because again, you're in an evergreen model. You're in a business that makes money year round, and your business is going to be around for years on end. Um, the business, high ticket e-commerce, selling expensive, luxurious products online is seeing year over year growth, and this is exactly what people who buy businesses want to see. They don't want to buy businesses in declining business models, declining markets. And another amazing part of this is that they buy your business for 20 to 40x of your monthly profit. So let's say you're making 5K a month profit, right? Say you're making 10K a month profit. Let's say again you're making 10K a month profit. You can actually sell that business for 200 to $400,000. Again, single check, very quickly as well. Then like a 2 to 4 week time period is really what we're seeing on average over here now. So huge right here. And a lot of people ask, well, why would I sell the business that's making me a lot of money? Well, because this is a replicatable process. This isn't just a build one and done. This is you gain this skill. You learn the ecom paradox, and you can do this over and over and over and over again. And of course, I mean, for some people, 200 to $400,000 in a single check is life saving. You know, as opposed to waiting 2 to 4 years to make that profit, you can get it instantaneously on a business that only took you a year to build to take to 10K a month profit, and now you just made 200 to $400,000. Go pay off a mortgage or something. Go take an amazing vacation. Go help your family, et cetera, et cetera. It's immense, right? And then turnkey businesses. People buy businesses. They like to buy businesses that are already running and moving smoothly on their own, basically automated, low effort. And this is exactly what that is. Okay, because all we're doing again as high ticket e-commerce businesses is we are permitting information. We are basically the middleman, right? We have the privilege and the opportunity to be the middleman and have businesses that are fully ran virtually, fully online, and are basically automated. So again, it puts you in the realm of being in the interest of venture capitalists and people who buy businesses for a lot of money, especially as a complete beginner who just found out about this a year ago, 2 years ago, right? And then lastly, how we all got here again, guys. This is how we got here. So the roadmap, man. We got into a highly probable niche, highly probable market. It's growing. We are serving only in-market customers. We are working with established brand name partners, and we have a big box like storefront. Basically, these four, in a nutshell, is what allows us to, again, get the results that I just showed you. Um, Allow yourself to get out of this frame over here, of this outdated methodology, put yourself in this frame, have all these leverage points, which point you into the direction of getting the results we just previously showed on this Google sheet over here. And of course, inevitably, sell your business hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. And it was all because we developed, we went into a market and a framework that just makes total sense. Makes a lot more sense than what everybody else is doing. So with that, I think this video was long enough for you people who watched it. If you guys are here to the end, I mean, you guys just gained a lot of insight, a lot of knowledge, and I mean, hopefully you guys take action on it. So if you want to learn exactly how we've implemented this system, and a ton of complete beginners, and have taken them from, I mean, like 0 to 500,000 in their first 13 months, a business exit as well in that time frame. I mean, 10K days, $77,000 months. Again, making sales. I would say like sales that are cover the size of a monthly salary. You know what I'm saying? As a complete beginner, if you wanna learn how we implement this system to other people successfully, time and time again. Again, the same system that took me from Army soldier to freaking 96K months. Again, thank you for watching this video. Just shoot me a like, by the way, if you enjoyed the video, if you gained some insights and some value. If I was there to help you learn something, I'd really appreciate it. Shoot me a like and subscribe. Maybe comment something that you learned something new. That'd be awesome as well. Even any suggestions that you guys have, maybe for my next video, I'm going to be looking at every single one of them. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested in this, and you really want us to help you implement this in your online business, all right, just there'll be a link below in the description as well to where you can book a call with us. Of course, we'll make sure you're a good fit. We'll make sure you're someone who we can actually help attain these results. And if you are, then we'll get you going. All right. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.